From the Podwires newsroom at joinpodwires.com.
Good morning. This is your Podwires 5 Things. Happy International Podcast Day. Today's top stories include groundbreaking leadership changes at Spotify, resilient growth projections for podcast advertising, and major developments marking International Podcast Day. We begin with the advertising landscape. Despite macroeconomic headwinds and tariff concerns affecting overall ad spending, the podcast industry continues to demonstrate remarkable resilience. According to the Interactive Advertising Bureau's latest 2025 Outlook Study September update, podcast ad revenue is projected to grow 7.9% year over year in the second half of 2025. This outpaces digital audio excluding podcasts, which is expected to grow 4.7%. Both figures stand in sharp contrast to other digital formats, with display, connected television, and social media seeing significantly flatter growth trajectories. Matt Chapo, director of digital audio and video at IAB, attributes this performance to podcasting's ability to provide attentive, high-impact environments for advertisers. The medium's growth also reflects increased popularity following the 2024 election season. Notably, podcast ad spending has risen from 3.6% of total ad budgets in January to 5.0% today. Now to our lead story. In a historic announcement, Spotify founder Daniel Ek will step down as Chief Executive Officer effective January 1st, 2026. This transition marks the end of nearly 2 decades of leadership since Ek founded the streaming giant in 2008. Ek, age 42, will assume the role of executive chairman, focusing on capital allocation, long-term strategic planning, and providing guidance to senior leadership. Taking the helm as co-CEOs will be Gustav Söderström, currently co-president and chief product and technology officer, and Alex Norström, co-president and chief business officer. Both executives have been with Spotify for over 15 years and have been operating as co-presidents since 2023. In a conference call with investors, Ek emphasized this represents a natural evolution rather than sudden change. The 3 executives have worked together for 15 years, reportedly sharing a single office throughout much of that time. Söderström indicated that operational practices will remain largely consistent, with both co-CEOs maintaining their current areas of oversight. Norström emphasized the company's continued focus on podcasts, video, and audiobooks. Turning to International Podcast Day celebrations, Spotify marked the occasion by releasing its latest Spotify Select report titled Where Podcasting Is Now. The analysis highlights video-first content, cultural impact, and global growth, noting that nearly 7 million shows now connect daily communities of listeners worldwide. In a significant development, The Hollywood Reporter hosted its inaugural Podcast Roundtable in partnership with Spotify. The discussion featured top contenders for the newly introduced Golden Globe's Best Podcast category, which will debut at the 83rd Annual Awards on January 11th, 2026. This marks the first time podcasting has been recognized in this prestigious awards format. In other programming news, the Louis Theroux podcast returns for Series 6, launching October 7th. The upcoming season features Academy Award-nominated actor Florence Pugh, comedian Steve Coogan, Monty Python icon Michael Palin, Nobel Peace Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai, and Talking Heads frontman David Byrne. Since launching in 2023, the podcast has become known for compelling interviews, with Series 5 featuring conversations with Ed Sheeran, Bella Ramsey, and Sean Penn. In an industry first, The Diary of a CEO will premiere in cinemas. Cineworld is hosting a one-night exclusive screening on October 8th across 6 UK and Ireland locations and 6 US Regal cinemas. The episode features Louis Tomlinson in conversation with host Stephen Bartlett. This represents the first time a podcast has been screened in cinemas, transforming the mobile-first medium into a communal viewing experience. Finally, Eurowave's newsletter has launched a comprehensive year-round guide to major podcasting events across Europe and beyond. The living resource covers conferences, festivals, and awards from London to Berlin, Milan to Bucharest. Founder Andrea Kozkai designed the guide as a one-stop resource for connecting with the global audio community. That concludes today's podcast industry briefing. Stay informed. This is your trusted source for podcast news. Don't forget to subscribe at joinpodwires.com and be a paid subscriber to continue our work. By the way, we also have our Podwires podcast producers directory, and if you have job need to post, head over to our Podwires job board at jobs.podwires.com.
That's your wrap. Want the inside track on podcasting? Joinpodwires.com is your next stop. Subscribe to the newsletter for the latest trends and tap into the marketplace to connect with jobs, creators, and brands shaping audio's future. Don't just listen, get involved. Head to joinpodwires.com today.